As cold cases go, it was one of the coldest. A shocking murder 40 years ago that went unsolved for 4 decades. Today, opening statements in that case in a Bakersfield courtroom. 17's Amber Frias is joining us now in studio with the details. Amber?
Prentice Foreman was 59 when he was arrested December 2017 after new DNA technology linked him to the murder of Dawn Coons inside her Southwest Bakersfield apartment. During today's opening statements, Foreman mocked one of the witnesses and rolled his eyes as he listened to the prosecutor describe his alleged harassment towards Coons. January 1979.
Dawn Coons was found inside her bathtub, lifeless, nude, sexually posed, bloodied, bruised, and bound.
Dawn Coons was 18 years old. Living alone, she had followed her boyfriend from New York to Bakersfield, but the two had recently split. Her hands were tied behind her back and a pillowcase covered her head. According to the coroner's report, Coons had been dead for a few days when she was found.
How did she get here? How did she end up like that?
Pearl said Foreman lived about 100 feet from Coons in the same apartment complex on Real Road. She says Foreman sexually harassed Coons at the apartment's mailboxes. She also said he once entered her apartment without permission and made lewd comments as she told him to leave.
She didn't know his name. They were not friends. She just knew that the black man who lived behind her in apartment 50 had been sexually harassing her.
After Coons' death, police interviewed Foreman. He denied knowing her. 34 years passed without an arrest, until 2017 when a sample taken from Coons' body was submitted to a national DNA database. There was a hit. At this point, detectives re-interviewed Foreman. Foreman says he had sex with Coons once, 2 to 3 months before her death. Foreman was charged with Coons' death on December 20th, 2017. Defense attorney Dana Kinnison asked jurors to focus on the context of the evidence. Kinnison says only one person ever reported Foreman harassed Coons. Regarding the DNA evidence that placed Foreman on the scene, Kinnison said his client doesn't deny having sex with Coons, but says the sex was consensual.
Sexual intercourse doesn't equate to murderer.
4 witnesses testified today, a former BPD investigator and lead investigator in the case, former BPD officer who was one of the first responders when the body was found, property manager of the apartment complex where Coons lived, and Coons' former co-worker. During her testimony, she remembers feeling creeped out by Foreman. She said he always seemed to pop up near them when she and Coons were at the apartment complex. At this time, Foreman waved and smiled at her. The trial is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. Amber Frias, 17 News.